So I'm just gonna make a video about this, Senate Bill 686, Restrict Act, commonly called the Ban TikTok bill, because that's what it was originally made to do. But well, they're kind of taking a mile, uh, and I think that it's important that, uh, well, U.S. citizens, if you're not in the U.S., it doesn't apply to you, but if you're a U.S. citizen, I think you should definitely read over the text. I mean, the full legalese text, and just read it. Make sure you know what it actually does, so that way you know fully, and not just some summary news headlines that are hyperbolic about what it does. Now, I'm definitely not for this act. I think it's definitely an overstep of uh, the government. I don't think they should be able to have this much power over what we do. But I recommend everyone read over this. I know it's boring, but you kind of need to. It's a civic duty of sorts to just make sure you know what's going on. I'll definitely link this in the description of the video so that way you can read over it. But what to do about it? It's pretty simple, really. You need to call up your representatives and let them know you're not going to stand for this bill. That includes both House and Senate. Right now, it's still in the Senate being heard. However, there's 25 senators sponsoring the bill or co-sponsoring. So there is a very real chance it could get passed to the House. And once that happens, we'll just have to see. I think it's very likely that the president will pass it, seeing as they seem to be quite in favor. And even if there's a tie, I'm sure, I forget exactly who gets the overruling when there's a tie in the Senate, but it's someone in the same area as the White House. So without doubt, it'll get passed through the Senate. I think you definitely need to contact these senators if they're in your state. If it's your state senator, contact them. Otherwise, your word's kind of meaningless. So all of these people, if they're in your state, contact them and let them know you're not going to stand for what they're trying to push. And it can be boring to do that, it can be tedious, but thankfully this website isn't too atrocious, except the loading times. Holy shit, but find them. They have a website, you can contact them, you can call them even, or email them, and just let them know what they're doing is shitty, and that you're not going to vote for them if they keep standing for it. It's important to have your voices heard as citizens. We need to make this democracy work. I don't care if you're Republican, Democratic, or a third party. You need to have your voice heard, especially with something as severe as this bill. I'll keep updated, or I'll try to keep updated a pinned comment with the people who are still advocating for this, or legal representatives. Now, something to note is you shouldn't go out of your way to harass these people. That doesn't get you anywhere. You don't have to be polite, but you have to be concise and say what you want, but don't be a dick about it. Don't say, fuck you for supporting this bill, I hope you die, because, well, that's just not going to get you anywhere. But what you should say is something such as, Dear Senator Name, I have recently been informed that you are in support of Bill 686, and I would like to inform you that as one of your constituents, I am greatly against this bill and will not be in favor of re-electing you should you continue to advocate for the bill passing. Something along the lines of that. You might have to make it a bit formal, but it's nothing you shouldn't be able to not do. It's not too terribly difficult. So I'm definitely gonna try to pass the message along to my senators and also representatives in the House. Remember, it's both branches that make this bill pass. So it's important to tell both of them what you think. So that's all. Make sure uh, you tell people, but don't be going all hyperbolic about it. Don't be don't be spreading misinformation, because I have been seeing misinformation being spread, such as people claiming it bans VPNs. It does not. It simply bans VPNs to circumvent laws, which is already illegal, actually. You're still committing a crime. It's just using a VPN to commit that crime more secret or with more secrecy. So it doesn't really change anything about VPNs other than it's explicitly against the law to use them to dodge the law. And for viewers in other countries outside of the United States, I would definitely say contact your representatives, whether that be a parliament, like if you're in the UK or Britain, or I'm not really too familiar with international politics, but contact the people who represent you and let them know that even if the US is passing these laws, you're not going to stand for it in your country. And you need to let them know that they can't get away with it too. Because this law right here, well, law still being written, is a great overstep in what our government is allowed to do. But that's just my opinion. If you have another opinion, you can voice it. Please be civil in the comments. Dear God, I don't need a bunch of people hounding each other. But yeah, that's all.